Acknowledging asset collection request.
What's going on, Miss Serene? How you and bro doing this day? Y'all doing good? Is he feeling even more better than he was? That's good to hear. That's good to hear. And I trust you and your daughter doing good too. Cause hearing, that he was sick like that though, yeah, that was worrying. I understand, he didn't want to tell nobody that many people because he didn't want to worry a whole bunch of people. But I'm just glad that he recovered from it and he good. Cause me and Nigel go back to like freshman year, high school, and at that point, that was what? That's '05. That was 2005, and it's 2020. That's over 15 years of friendship right there. And at that point, you no longer a friend. You like a brother to me. You basically is a brother. So I don't need to be losing none of my brothers out here in this mess. Still not showing any symptoms. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. Oh, I kind of don't want, okay, look, I don't want that sand to come through. So if I can help it, I'll just, there. Yeah, there we go. Just like that. Yes I did. Hey, what's up, Deck? When the Sith took their revenge. That's the year I graduated from, middle school too, but yeah, I got some new games. There's the Division 2. I don't know if I'll be streaming it or recording any gameplay. So far, I've just been playing it with my friends. I got Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I will be recording that. I will be recording that instead of streaming it, or I might stream it. We'll see how it goes. If this stream goes good, or like I'm not making like the connection bad or anything with this stream, then I'll most likely stream Odyssey over recording it. What else did I get? I've been playing my hero. I gotta make another episode of Stormfall for the new Road to Borto adult characters. And Predator. Yeah, I bought Predator, but you already know that using the stream for Predator. Wait, what's Generation Zero? YouTube is unavailable. Oh God. Wait, so you can't see what I'm doing? What about you, Deck? Can you see me? Yeah, yes I was. By the time Iron Man, I think when the first Iron Man movie dropped alongside the first Transformers movie, because I believe the first Transformers movie dropped around 04, 05, didn't it? I was just in high school. Because Marvel didn't really get running until I finished 8th grade. Like when the MCU really started picking up, I was in high school. I was like mid-freshman, I believe, around that time. Alright, so I'm only gonna feature one clade, well not clade, one type species of these raptors. So we gotta figure out what's it gonna be. Is it gonna be the Nublarensis versions, which consist of the raptors from Jurassic Park 1, the other Nublarensis variation, which was the Raptor Squad, Blue, Charlie, Delta, or the JP3 variants. Oh shit, no, we're not trying to incubate you. I need to know. I wish there was a preview. It's the only thing they don't do. You need a preview. Oh no. It previews the Jurassic Park Nublarensis one, but the first Transform movie was 07. It was 07. 07. I was a sophomore. Well, no, 07. It depends. If it was summer 07, then I was heading in the junior year. But if it was before school let out 07, I was still a sophomore. Y'all, hey, I gotta put this to a vote. I need to know. Well, which new blind, try refreshing it. Try refreshing it and seeing if YouTube needs to be updated, because apps randomly update every now and then. Sometimes without even telling you they need to be updated. Summer 07. Summer 07, that means it would be... Yeah, I want y'all to choose. Okay, here's the thing. We got 4 types of raptors from the franchise, and I'm only going to use one set. Are we going to do JP1, JP2, JP3, or World? Because I'm only going to use one set. The only exception I could make is if we went JP2, I could throw Charlie in there, because Charlie's skin looks very similar to the 97 pattern. So yeah, snake eye raptors. So basically that's the JP1 raptors then. Alright, before I click them, snake eye raptors. Alright, well, both versions were snake-eyed, 93 and 97, but usually when people say snake-eyed, I think of the 93 pattern, because the 97 ones were always called Tiger Stripe. So if that's the case, then hey, we doing 93. All right, we got the big one in her squad rolling out. How many raptors can be in the? You can have 6. Okay. But I think I got social turned off, so we can have more than that. Uh-oh, someone's attacking the fence. Something is attacking. The Dryos are attacking the fence. Their comfort dropped down to 0. Oh shit. Look, we need to get in there. So I've never actually seen a breakout animation for the Dryos. This is interesting to behold. Why are they breaking out? Too many trees? Not enough tree. Wow. Not enough tree. Like they needed like 2 more trees and they would have been good. That's insane. Alright, let's see if we can put a stop to this before chaos ensues. Before Malcolm is ultimately proved right here. And you were in elementary when JP3 dropped. No, I was... Well, was I? When did JP3 drop again? 2001 of what month? Was it June, July? Because if it was June... Because, yeah, if it was June and July, then I was getting ready to go into 6th grade. So I was basically middle school at that time. Okay. For them, get them moved over.
Asset requiring collection.
Damn. Here in Major Clade Park, we are still learning the very intricacies, the ins and out of our fauna. And may hit a few snags along the road, but we assure you that the utmost care and planning goes into the housing of each of our species, as well as the utmost care for our guests that come to partake and, you know, see them. All right, Mr. Reem. July 2001. Yeah, I was basically middle school around that time. I would have just been going into 6th grade. Right? No, right? I would have just been going into 6th grade, right? No. No, you right, Deck. You're right. You're right. I would have been 5th grade because I was in 5th grade when 9/11 happened, and that happened in 2001. So, yeah, you right. I was going into 5th grade then, so I was still elementary. Although though, when I was going into 5th grade, my school district, all the schools at the time, the way they were set up, all the schools, oh shit, okay, they read it. All the schools, well, the elementary schools, they didn't, I guess, have enough room, or they didn't have what would be called a 5th grade wing. So there was this one school called Garfield that all the 5th graders from the schools in my district, which was called District 147, went to. And I came from the elementary school Lincoln, and then it was the other 3 schools, Washington, Kick, and and Martin Luther King. All of us 5th graders were put in this one building called Garfield. It was just nothing but 5th graders. It was kind of cool. Oops, I didn't mean to exit out that one. It's a big one. No, I should utilize this skin more often. These are really good skins. Really good. Want to get them tranked right away because they have low comfort. I always call the big one. Every time I make one of these, I always call it the big one. The first one is always the big one. That's just how it's always been. So, when Jurassic World dropped, wow. I can say though, with I've had the luxury of seeing 4 out of the 5 movies in theaters, because when Jurassic Park dropped, I was only 2, and I didn't see Jurassic Park until I was like 6, and then next thing I know, The Lost World was coming out that summer, and my cousins took me to go see it. Well, I don't want to say me, but I went with all my older cousins, because at the time I was among one of the younger set of cousins. I was the oldest of the younger set of cousins, because we're splitting the 2 groups. Because right now that I'm pushing 30, all my older cousins are now pushing 40 something. Like they're almost 45, which is insane. Which is insane to think about, because for some reason I'm still under the pressure of all my cousins being like 30. I'm still stuck in that mindset of when everybody was in their youth. when we all youthful and in our prime, even though technically I'm like in what would be called in my prime now, and like hitting the end streak for that, because soon it's just going to be from downhill from there.
Heading to collect the asset.
You know what, I'm gonna make one more raptor, because that's only 4. We need one more. Oh yeah, it did come out in 3D, didn't it? It sure did come out in 3D that one time. I wanted to go see it in 3D too, but I never got the chance.
Asset transportation underway.
I wanted to go see the live tour too, but was working too much, so I didn't get the chance to do that either. But from what I've seen in Clayton's video and his regular videos on YouTube, it looked like it was really good, really well done. Can I put trees right here? Just to fill the negative space. Yes, I can. I just want to fill this negative space. Don't need none of that. And I got it so you come out over here and you're gonna go along. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete that path because I wanna put trees right here too. It's like my attempt to mask this, that's all. You're gonna come around. And this time they're gonna go to a herbivore enclosure. And it's gonna be a hadrosaur enclosure, but it's gonna be split. It's gonna be lambeosaurines, which are all the crested hadrosaurs, excluding Edmontosaurus, because I think the recognized version of Montosaurus is the one without the crest, and I know we got the one with the crest, but I'm putting Edmontosaurus in with the regular hadrosaurs, which will be Myosaur and Mudaburasaurus. And then after them, it's going to be the Iguanodontus, which is Tyrannosaurus and Iguanodon. So that's going to be the little layer. So starting about right here, we're going to have one for the Lambeosaurians, Centile, Para, Laurel Titan and such. Then boom, we got Edmonto, Mudabura and whatnot. And then we're going to have a spot over here for Iguanodontid and Tyrannosaurus, and then it'll swing around, and hopefully I have enough room to put something else over here. Can't do compies and Troodons because they'll eat each other. Well, the Troodons will eat them. Transformers 4. I can't remember if I saw that in the... I saw the first Transformer in theaters, the third Transformer in theaters, and I think I saw the fourth one in theaters as well. I can't really remember. I know I didn't see the second one though, but I know I saw the first and the third. I just can't remember if I saw the second, which was a shame. It shows that I'm getting old and my memory's starting to go. Well, I could be building that exhibit while I'm waiting for this raptor. Shit. So when the guests come around, they see that and you know, I didn't check if these raptors were happy with their exhibit. I just put them in there and they see, yeah, they're happy. The forest need is barely met, but hey, it works. Let me just mark the Deinonychus real fast with the signature rock around sand for the carnivore exhibit.
Mama, love you too.
Live what you live, Edo. Mikhail owes me $5. He owes me $5 because I finished his science homework for him the other day. Yep, okay. And herbivores is supposed to be the other way around, right? So I actually want to do this now just to get the practice in for Hell Creek Park.
Did she eat?
Yeah, she fed her earlier this morning and I gave her some snacks, so don't fall for any of her tricks.
I'm sorry, I eat some tricks.
Yeah, that's how the herbivores will look. So this is the carnivores, and then this one is the herbivores. Do the same over here. For these badass drysaurs. You know, to be really real, which I'm glad doesn't happen, is when you're using terrain tools. See, I could just put it on, go along and put it under the dinosaurs. What if it was like, can't place near dinosaur, too close to dinosaur? I would be pissed. I'd be like, what you mean? It's terrain. There. That looks good, and that makes it easier to spot from the air. So if I'm looking for a specific enclosure, I'll be able to see just like that and just go to it and be like, okay, that's a carnivore enclosure. Boom. Hey, shoot, we all bootleg movies, bro. That ain't nothing new. I used to have a good group of friends that did nothing but that. You know what? That sounds. I guess it sounds like it's just a little bit of story time, because it reminds me of that time in I did it during senior year because I ran into a friend of mine named James, and he was burning DVDs and CDs for like people in high school. Oh no, nope, hold on, nope, that music too loud. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So he was selling DVDs and CDs. Right, that's why I closed that door. Like, no, this not finna be like Sunday, y'all. You're not backgrounding my stream with the with the ratchery right now. Yeah. So, but me, I was burning CDs, and I was selling illegal DVDs, if you catch my drift. And they weren't bootleg, they were illegal. Well, I don't want to say they were illegal. No, they weren't illegal. But they weren't pirate. They weren't bootleg DVDs. I was selling DVDs though. If you could catch my drift on what kind they were. And for how that got started though, like James, he was doing it to make money on the side, and it was, because the lunch at school, whew, that it was a lot to be desired. Like at lunch, I only ate like two things: they chicken sandwiches and their nachos. And I really think I started eating more of their chicken sandwiches because I stopped trusting their nachos, because the cheese started to look different and iffy, and I didn't trust I didn't wholeheartedly trust what they was giving us, because there was some cheese that one of my friends took. One of those square pieces of cheese that like Velveeta, that looked like Velveeta, but it wasn't Velveeta. He threw it on the window. It stuck to the window, right? And it never went rotten from being stuck to a window. But I'm trailing off here. So the reason that, like I was saying, that all started, right, was because of lunch, but we had got put on lockdown this one time. And I happened to only have enough enough money on me to buy me something else to eat for lunch, because they was only feeding us prison food, grilled cheese and a whole bunch of other type of bull BS. And during that like whole week or 2 weeks of lockdown, it was a struggle, and all the kids that didn't have anything else to substitute what they were being given came to us for the food or like for like the sustenance and assist. Like we was the care package, but we didn't share with them, like, because it was funny how the shoe was on the other foot. As you know how high schools is, but you know how it is, Deck. You got your whole cliques and all that and whatnot. Well, we was part of the clique that was we would have been looked at as different. Like we listened to all the rock music and all that. We had a few emo friends in our group. We almost want to say we was like a mixed bag. We was the artists, the gamers. Yeah, like I said, we had a few emo friends in there, so we was like a mix. Like we were different. We were the different group. More like, I don't even want to say different. We were unique. Because shoot, look at us today. Like shoot, we doing all good for ourselves. Well, most. But during those time of the struggle, I started selling my CD, like music CDs and stuff, like Lil Wayne, Gucci, stuff they wanted to hear. That's when LimeWire was big and popping, and definitely breaking computers with its crippling viruses. But that's how I was initially making my sales, and I would sell them to the people in the gym room. Cause that's where it started. I would bring the CDs to the gym room. We changed it in the locker room, and then the word would get around from there. Hey, they be like, SKG, he got this, and that. He be burning the CD. He burned me this CD. He probably can burn you that too. He can get you that. You can just ask him. You probably got it. Got it. Put your order in. Go. He'll make you burn it and get it. There. That's how it was going, and that extended well past after the lockdown was over. But it got to this one point where I was getting ready to go over my uncle's house and stay the weekend, because most of the time I did that. I went and hung out with my uncles and my cousin during my time in high school, and I usually did that, like, if not every weekend, it was almost every other weekend. It just so happens, right? It just so happens that somebody asked. Well, not asked, but it was kind of asked slash mention. You know how you ask by mentioning something. So it was like mentioned that they wish there was. Oh my God, what's the fences? That they can get a hold of, a type of DVD, because their girlfriend wasn't showing her oral support wasn't great, basically. So it was then like brought to my attention that that's what they were looking for, and they asked me by mentioning it if there was something that could be done about it, because they said they can't take it from like they parents' stash and whatnot, because parents, adults back then, when you teenage adults keep the the track on that kind of stuff. And I just happened to, like I said, be going over to my uncle's house, and at the time, my uncle had a great deal stash of those, right? So me being the capitalist that I was, said, "Oh, don't worry, bro, I got you." I was like, I think I can help you out with that. I'm like, what are you looking for specifically? And he just said it was a video to show his girl how to get proper oral support. And I was like, I got you. So I went to my uncle's house that weekend, and I specifically looked for what was asked. Found it. Snuck it into my book bag. And then that Monday, brought it to school. Now, mind you, I had to make sure it was kept under wraps. Like when I did it, I did it like the day before I was going to leave, but I didn't put it in my book bag. I put it somewhere else. And the day that I was leaving, like I would put it in my book bag, stuff it under some clothes and whatnot, then make the move. Then I just had to make sure I did, you know how it is. You as teens, you overthink the situation. You're like, okay, I just don't need to draw no attention to myself, and I'll be fine. Hold on, I want to make sure I got the measurements right because. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm making this side a wall. Oh shoot, yeah, this side's gonna be a wall though. It's kind of like you only can see the animals in this exhibit. Because you're in the gyrosphere. That's the message I'm trying to lay out there. These are it's only for the people of the gyrosphere, people. If you're not in the gyrosphere, you don't get a peek. It's like kind of going to the strip club. If you don't spend no money, you don't get a dance. you don't get to see no ass shake, basically. Right, so our Lambeosaurines, and I'm gonna cook them up pretty much similar, just to how they were in Minor Clade Park. So we're gonna start it out with 2 Corythosaurs. What skins? So now I'm John Hammond. Woodland, yes. Okay, Woodland is a darker pattern than Taiga, so Woodland could be for the males. No, Woodland could be for the females, right? And then, oh, I guess no, okay. That means I can't have 2 Corythosaurs and 1 male. So while they cook, let's get this set up. But yeah, so like I was saying, you know, as a teenager, you tend to overthink stuff. So I was thinking, all I gotta do is not draw attention to myself from my uncle or my mom when I get home. Give them no reason to want to check my damn book bag, and I'll be fine. And I was able to do that. Shoot, I even took the extra caution when I got home to take the stuff out, to take DVD out my bag and hide it amongst my games in the drawer, because it's my games. My mom didn't care about my games. She's not gonna look there. So that's what I did. And then I went to school that Monday, and I pulled the guy aside. It's not something you say out loud, like, hey, such and such, I got your video, man. I got the busty beauties, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't say it, you don't do that. So you just I pulled him aside casually, like if I couldn't in the locker room, just sometimes toward Jim and just said, look, hey man, I got the product you asked for to help your girl help your girl give you better oral support. I got the video that you requested. And you like good looking, bro. And I made it. I'm gonna say it right now, I made a killing off of doing that, because though on the average, because I've bought one before. I'm not even gonna lie. I've bought one. I bought adult DVDs before, and those things aren't like cheap. But I sold them for cheap. I would sell them for like $5 a pop. And then I guess he told somebody where he got it from, because obviously he showed it to somebody else. So they asked where to get it from, and they came to me like, hey, you got you got some, black chicks, or you got some white chicks, got some Asians. I was like, and see, from knowing that what my uncle had, I could tell him what I have. Like, oh, my uncle, I got it all. By me, so I got it all. Like, oh no, I like my uncle got it all. But at the same time, it's not like I was having a steady supply. You could say a steady supply. It was only a set amount, but I would say I sold about anywhere to 80 to 90% of what he owned to actually keep myself going through the first half semester, no, the last half semester of high school, my senior year. I made a killing off my uncle's adult DVDs that he had stashed, but they weren't stashed really well. It's like you know where to look when it comes to stuff like that. You know where to look, because it's because either you know how your peoples think or you know how adults think. And most adults back then when I was growing up think that we don't know where. Oh, I thought it was a storm warning, but most of those things that we don't know nothing, like they could pull the wool over our eyes. And half the time, like, you ain't gonna lie, they kind of can. But in a situation like that, it was not pulling no wools over nobody's eyes. I knew exactly where that stuff was and was going to be, and I looted it. Oh yeah. So basically, you could say that I was. Cause yeah, was I 18? Yeah, I was 18. Yeah, I was senior year, and it was during the second half. That means it was after my birthday. Yeah, so yeah. But technically, that doing that is illegal, and I don't recommend that any of you do it, because if you get caught, it's really bad. Because I believe if I would have got caught, I would have been like expelled. I think that's worth an expulsion. Because they could have said you're 18, so you're selling to minors. Because not everybody's 18. Stuff like that. But you in high school, you're not thinking like that at the time. I'm thinking like, okay, I need this so I can have actual decent stuff to take to lunch to school. I was one shady mofo. I guess so. Shoot. I was like the guy from Resident Evil 4. Like, I got a lot of good things on sale, stranger. I was basically that nigga. Next, had your sword as a lower titan. And there's going to be 3 of you guys as well. We got Tiger, Arid, and Vivid. Let's do it like this. We're gonna have a rainforest pattern for the male, right? And then the 2 females will be Vivid. Cool. Now make sure the paleobotany is ready for the hadrosaurus too. Yeah, see, you did the normal thing. That's normal. You're like, oh, you need such help. They're like, for the right price, I can help you out, get you, that's what you did. You help people get good grades for a price. I did shit. I did something that could have got me like expelled for fucking high school. I was putting like everything in jeopardy by getting caught. Because you have security guards in the hallway, and sometimes they were doing book bag checks because the high school I went to was in Harvey, and Harvey was and still is a bad neighborhood. Lots of shootings and whatnot. You had gangs that was in the school. Fought a few gang members. Like, I fought a few gang members since middle school. because I don't like what they're about, and you know, I still don't vibe with them all that well. Like, well, I don't even want to say all that well. Like, I don't vibe with them at all. Like, it's all that senseless shooting and killing and shit. That's not where it's at, and that's not where it's ever gonna be at. And as we got into high school, that shit just got worse, and I was outspoken mind, and outspoken individual. And being outspoken like that in high school, even then, even now, it will get you targeted by people like, hey, we need to whoop this motherfucker ass because he talking shit. And I was just speaking my mind. No, I don't like the Latin Kings. No, I don't like the GDs. No, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, no. And even just saying that, and then, you know, they roll up on you. Hey, so we got a problem, cuz? Heard you don't like the such and such. All right, look, I was just asked the question, and I answered. But if that means we got a problem, hey, if we gotta handle it now, let's handle it now. Shit, I might whoop y'all ass, y'all may whoop my ass, but the point is, I'm not going down fighting. I'm not going down like a punk. If I'm going down, I'm going down swinging. But I don't want to make it seem like that I got to a lot of fights in like high school, because I didn't, because I did a lot of fighting in elementary, and half of that then in middle school I did half the amount of fighting in middle school that I did in elementary school. So that followed me into high school, so a good number of people already knew not to mess with me, at least not one-on-one. There was a few fights that happened the one-on-one, and lessons were learned by those people. Except for this one, and oh man, it's the one that bothers me the most. Tranquilized. And it bothers me because we was taking an important test, right? And this was for freshman year, and you had to take this test. I forgot what it was. It wasn't like ISAT or nothing like that, but it was like one of the school's weird requirements to graduate to the next level. So in order to become a sophomore, I could not miss this test. It was, I think, 3 days of it, and I could not miss this test. And during like the second day of it, it was like a break. It was intermission. It was a break. I was walking to one of my friends' classrooms. I was walking to one of the classes that my bro Serene mine was in, because we had about like 15-20 minute break or something like that. So I was like, all right, I'm finna go up in there and go up in the class and just see what bro on. Just go chill with bro, like shoot the breeze and stuff like that. Because because later on that day we would have had no. Did we have yeah, I think later on that day we would have had geography class. But I was just trying to shoot the if you can, you go see what your bros is doing early, so y'all could plan for what y'all gonna be doing later when y'all meet up in the class, like, and stuff like that. And after I got through talking to bro, I was heading back, and that's, big crowd surround. I was like, oh, okay, I know what this is about, because on the way there, I peeped at a few dudes that pointed me out. They pointed me out to this one dude. He was shorter than me. He stood to like my elbow, I believe. Yeah, I don't feel like standing up, so yeah, I believe it's about to my elbow. And I thought they was just pointing and making fun, or because you know how kids, they point at you, make fun of certain people. Because me, I didn't care about name brand stuff and all that. Like, I had a pair of Nikes, but I didn't wear name brand shirts and pants like that all the time. I whatever I had, I appreciated, and I wore it. Shit, clothes is clothes. As long as I can make it fit and look good on me, shit, who cares? I don't need name. I wasn't into all that name brand shit like that. Because like I said, I'm an artist and a game head. That's what mattered to me in high school and all that going in general. I studied, got good grades from time to time, unless it was math. Because math started to get difficult around high school. But Yeah, on the way back, the kids that had pointed me out earlier
Transported.
had surrounded me. I got a crowd together. They surrounded me, and I guess it was this dude's gang initiation thing. I guess he had to fight me or something like that.
Confirming asset delivery.
And like I said, it was doing this test. And you cannot miss this test for no reason. If you miss this test, you either have to do summer school or you was gonna repeat that grade. Depending academically wise, you know what I'm saying? How you was doing academically wise that year. And me, I was doing good, so I possibly could have did summer school. But I didn't want to take the chance that they would have been like, look, you got to repeat the 9th grade. So when dude swung off of me, and I wanted to whoop his ass, but I knew if I did, I would have been suspended, would have missed out on the last and final day, and I either would have been going to summer school or I would have been repeating the 9th grade. And I didn't want to take the chance that they would have me repeat the 9th grade. So, hold on, let me check my paleobotany. Where's that paleobotany building? What do I got in here? We got rotten wood, so that's what I'm gonna put in their feeder. So when he swung off me, he stood there to see what I was gonna do if I was gonna swing back. Everybody was watching to see what I was gonna do. So basically, he was giving me a chance to see if I was gonna try to fight him back and then really get things popping. But I stood there because I was like, dude, if I do this, and then when the teachers come and break it up, you know, they'll see that we were fighting. And like I said, there's a chance I might have to repeat the 9th grade off of this dumb shit. So I didn't swing. And it wasn't like I was standing there for a long time amongst that big crowd, because it was, like I said, it was a big crowd of students. A big crowd like that is finna get noticed by teachers. So a few teachers came out to see what was going on and see that it was a fight about to start, even though I already got stole off of. And the teachers broke it up, asked what happened, clarified that I didn't swing, and hey, I came back to school next day, took that test. I don't remember what happened to that dude, but I don't remember seeing him in the high school after freshman year. After freshman year, I don't remember seeing him no more. You choked a kid out. What the hell? And you actually you punched him, and your sister choked him. Oh damn! Y'all a wild bunch. Yeah, y'all a wild bunch. Oh wait, what's wrong with them? Oh, they forest need. I'm finna put some trees in there. Calm down. No, it's going to be this mix of trees, right? I want to put some trees right here, just like a little shade next to the watering hole. Here we go again with this shit.
Understood.
Yeah, I believe I made the right choice, because see, stuff like that I never used to let slide. It was, and like I said, I was known from elementary school and middle school for fighting. Like, if the kids swung off me, I swung back. There was no excuse. It was, I had to. That's how I was raised. Don't, you know, uncles always say, don't let nobody punk you. If I hear you lost a fight, I'm finna whoop your ass. You know, stuff like that. It's stuff said, you know, to toughen you up as a kid. And it worked. It worked. Shoot. And no, I'm not finna let nobody punk me. But in a situation like that, I'm not finna be stupid either. Yes, I want to whoop his ass, but even more than that, I want to graduate so my people, my grandma, my grandpa, my mama, you know, and my uncle, so they could be proud I graduated academically. In a situation like that, you know, they would have looked at it like, you made the right choice by deciding not to fight in that situation. It's this, you know, y'all ever heard of, there's always a time and a place. Well, that wasn't the time and the place. And admittedly, though, I did try to look for him outside after school, but I didn't find them. I didn't find them. Although I would have, that still would have got me suspended. So technically, in that point in the situation, I wasn't thinking clearly, because we would still would have been on school grounds. I would have still got suspended and most likely made it detrimental for me to like graduate or something. You joined at a weird time. wait. What you hear, Dino? Did you hear about me selling the adult DVDs in high school, or when I was that fight I was in, where I didn't fight back because I wanted to graduate. Well, not graduate, but I wanted to. Yeah, I wanted to graduate to the next class, or the next grade level. I don't like how that's. So basically, I'm gonna need more forest when I do that. Oh, you heard about the fight, but yeah, the other story is just how, in order to keep myself funded for lunch in high school, I sold my uncle's adult DVDs, basically. And to this day, he does not know it was me that made his collection mysteriously disappear. And unless he watches my YouTube channel, which I'm pretty sure he does not know about, he'll never find out. Yeah, my high school experience was interesting. What was another incident in high school? Okay, there was this one time that I wish that Serene Mind was here for this, because we was in geography class when this happened. You know, I probably could put compies right here, just for the sake of having something for compies, maybe. Well, we'll see. But we was in, me and Serene Mind, me and a bro, we was in geography class. There was actually a good number of us. My other bro that's trying to get his YouTube channel started, Aslan of Valor, was in geography class with us too, now that I remember. Hold on, we need more hadrosaurs. Who's next with that got a crest? That's a crested hadrosaur. Parasaurolophus, and I think Centile, right? Yeah. And we're gonna make woodland paras, right? For the males, there's gonna be 3 of them, and then the 2001 variants could be the females. But we was in geography class. Oh no, that collection sold when it started picking up, because in all honesty, I was only selling them to about maybe 3 or 4 different people, and it depended on what was requested, I would either take anywhere from 2 to 5 DVDs at once. And when it was all said and done, because like I said, I think I sold at least 80 to 90% of what he had, and he had a lot, and I do mean a lot. Like, you know, like them big, you know, those bags that people carry in the gym when you go to work out, those big duffel bags that people carry in when you go to work out in the gym. He had a buttload of them in there, and then he had some stashed elsewhere. So there was quite a few. I think it was almost like 100. So he at least, when I was done, he at least had anywhere from 10 to 20 DVDs left. If it was exactly 100, he had anywhere from 10 to 20 of them left. But I think it was more than 100. I think it was like 120 or something like that. Like, Oh man, like I don't know what was going on back then, but because it was in between marriages from his second wife and his third wife that he's with now. So yeah, it was insane back then. Shit, I sold a good amount of that shit. But yeah, geography class, man, bro. We was just chilling, and I've never pointed this out, mentioned this, but I have long fingers and like fingers like a piano player. I got the long fingers I guess you expect a piano player to have, where you can hit the keys and all that. But freshman year, the girls in the geography class thought otherwise. Now me, I was the friend that could always make the perverted joke or something like that. I could always turn something perverted. I was good at that. But I didn't catch on to that in freshman year when it was like the girls were like, "Listen, yeah, fingers, fingers, long fingers, boy." I was like, "Okay, what's the fascination with my hands?" And I didn't even catch on to it when I was asked now this was in geography class. So you gotta imagine the teacher surprise, or the surprise or shock when the one of the girls in geography class was like, "Do this with your fingers, with the fingering gesture thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pretty sure. I don't know if you understand Deck, but Diego understands. Diego helped Deck out." And so the teacher had to, teacher obviously quickly shut that down. Like, hey, no, none of that. Like, hey, do your work, stop that, stuff like that. And I was like oblivious to that shit. Like, I was like Goku when Chi-Chi asked him to marry her, and this nigga thought she was talking about food. I was that damn oblivious. Bro knew what they was talking about, but he thought I knew what they was talking about because I looked at him like. Because it was like, let me see, raise your hand, let me see your fingers, and let me see your hands, let me see your fingers, and do this finger gesture, do that. And I was looking at bro like, should I indulge this? And Serene Mom was like, he shrugged at first, and then he like nodded, like you know what, yeah, just go along with it. And I was like, yeah, I did that, and. Like I said, I was oblivious. I don't know how I was oblivious to that. I was like the dumbest motherfucker in that moment. Like, what the fuck? To not catch on to what the hell they was talking about. But lo and behold, a few days after that event, right, one of the girls' boyfriends, which was a gang member, I guess he was feeling cocky. He was a short motherfucker too. This nigga was like half my height. But he was a cocky motherfucker. And he going around at our table. It was me, bro, King Aslan. He didn't have the lunch period with us. We all didn't have a similar lunch period until I think it was junior or senior year that we ended up all actually getting the lunch period together. But freshman year, oh, let me get the track in here. But freshman year, it was me, bro, and a few other good friends. We just sitting having lunch, mind our own, our own damn business. Why can't I trank this para? Yo, why can't I trank this para? I'm gonna have to do it manually. Yeah, we were doing our own thing, and then here come this dude sitting down, pointing out to his girl, light skinned girl. Don't really remember her name. It was like it was 2006, I believe, at this time. So it was almost 15 years ago. So I don't remember people's names. I don't even remember the name of the short motherfucker. But he pointing out, talking about, hey, you see that girl over there? She cute, ain't he? People be like, yeah, you like, but we knew that was his girl. So we was like, but that's it. Yeah, she cute, but that's your girl, ain't he? He's like, yeah, and you say, if you try something, I'm gonna beat your ass, something like that. He basically called himself showing out. and we all gave the same answers. But when he got to me last, ran the whole script, came sat down next to me, even had the audacity, put his arm around my shoulder. I looked at this nigga like he was weird. I'm like, nigga, I gave him a look like, nigga, if you don't get your short ass motherfucking arms from around me. And he went with the whole shit, like, you see her over there? I'm like, shit. I'm like, yeah, what about her? She like, she look good, don't she? I'm like, yeah, but that's your girl, right? Now, mind you, when I said that, I had a kind of little smile on my face, and he didn't like that, but he was like, yeah. And he like, that's my girl. If you try some shit, I'm gonna beat your ass. I was like, well, let me tell you about geography class. And when the girl was, because at that point, Nigel had already, Serene Mind already told me what the fucking gesture they was asking me to do was. So at that point, I was like, well, let me tell you about geography class when you. And I said, I was like, when your bitch was telling me, you know, was doing the finger gesture thing, telling me to do that. So I was like, so either you are, shit, I'm trying to remember what I was saying, but basically I was basically saying, and the motherfucker got a small, I was like, the motherfucker either, I'm trying to say this in a way, I don't know, YouTube won't shut the channel down, right? If I just blatantly say it, right? Oh shit, hold on, get the Jeep. Get the Jeep. Go back, go get that parasol office that it won't let me trank for some reason. But basically I was telling the short motherfucker that either him and his dick had something in common when it came to size, because your girl over here asking for my fingers. So you wanna take this up with me right now? Cause I don't have, like I told her, I ain't have no problem whooping his ass right here in lunch. Me and you can go at it. If your boys want to get in it, jump in this too, then my boy's ready to go as well. So we could turn this to a cafeteria brawl, or you can have this talk with your bitch about what's going on, some shit like that. But he said, I'm forever haunted by that Triceratops puppet. What the hell? But yeah, that was that incident. One of the more hilarious things, but it was just more hilarious to me because I was like oblivious, like I was not hip to what the heck was going on. Because granted at that time, like outside of my friends group, I didn't really participate with the other people in class, and I didn't pay attention to the other people in class either. Like for the most part, for me, they were like non-existent.
Asset transportation in progress.
Okay, that's the river. That's going to end for the iguanodontids. Let's push it in. Plug it in. Plug it in. And take that part. Do it like that. Who got low health? There shouldn't be low health. Did I not put the feeders in? Holy shit, no I didn't. Me and my infinite wisdom and getting lost in storytelling forgot to feed my dinosaurs. I can already hear Peter knocking at my door. Oh no, that's too close to the tour. Put one. Put it right there so you can see him there. Put one there so you can see it there, and then one over here. It gives them a reason to walk around the pen and move from one water source to the other. Rotten wood. Rotten wood. Rotten wood. Ghidorah the smooth talker. No, I do not know about the Triceratops puppet. Like I've heard Deck mention it, but I don't know about this Triceratops puppet. What's the story behind that? Like you guys are gonna have to get in party and tell me stories, because I've already told two or three stories so far. So y'all gonna have to get in party and tell me something, because I want to know the story behind this Triceratops puppet. So like I'm going if you need be, I'll make a party and you guys gonna have to hop on and tell me this story. I look forward to these Ghidorah story times. Like I have a few interesting stories. Like my whole life isn't a comedy. Like most of it is just pretty average as you would expect it to be. Other than that, there's just a few exceptions to like stuff happening. But yeah, that was one of them. There was this one time when okay, this is a short one. Like every year in high school, the like right before it was like the week I believe before senior dig day, the senior you knew who wasn't graduating because of the stuff they was doing. Like freshman year, they slicked the stairs down with baby oil. Not all the stairs, but some of the stairs with baby oil, and people slipped down them. Thankfully, I wasn't one of them. The flight of stairs I always chose to took. Thankfully, didn't have baby oil on them. Then there was, but this one particular year, somebody decided to let a whole bunch of live mice loose on the second floor of our high school. And I was coming out of art school, right? Not art school, I was coming out of art class, and I see all these students screaming and running. I'm thinking, oh, it must be another fight. But then I picked up on it. These are screams of terror. Like, this is not what I would associate with a fight. These are screams of terror. These kids are running for their lives. And somehow, some way, I associated it with a velociraptor about to pounce on them from like just come like from around the corner and pounce on one of the kids. Like, and it was in my mind, it was the Jurassic Park 1 raptor. That's what I had in my mind. It wasn't the JP3 raptor, it was the Jurassic Park 1 raptor for some reason in my mind. But no, lo and behold, it was a whole bunch of mice, white mice at that, just running panicking for their own lives, trying to get the heck away from all the kids screaming like a whole bunch of girls. You couldn't tell the dudes from the women in that bunch. But yeah, that happened. I was unfazed by it. It's funny, I've never been afraid of mice, but I do not fuck with spiders. Like wholeheartedly, I don't fuck with spiders. If I see them while they little, I kill them before they can reach full adulthood. And the ones that are really big, oh man, I got to get a shotgun for those. You know, I didn't even participate in senior dig day when I was a senior. I just went to class. It didn't seem like something important to do. Like, what was I going to do? And I'm not going to go to school and what? Just do what I do when I'm at home. Sit around, play video games and whatnot. No. Oh shit, I did that wrong. Hoverboards have have the sand around the rock, so but yeah, I need Diego to get online so I can learn this fabulous story of the Triceratops puppet. Matter of fact, I'm finna, hold on, let me save, because I'm finna make this party real fast. Because this needs to be a thing. This needs to happen. I need to know the story behind this. Okay, I made the party. It's public, so all you gotta do is join. There we go. There's Dino. Now I finally get to learn this story. The story of the great Triceratops puppy. What is this?
Oh god. Wait, are you still streaming? Yeah, you are. Oh my god.
Yes, I am still streaming.
I was worried that you invited me might cancel your stream, so I was like, shit, should I actually get on?
Oh
But,
no, no,
yeah.
it won't cancel the stream.
I'm really glad that I get to tell this story because this is a story that's gonna haunt me for the rest of the existence of my channel. Okay. Oh god. Alright, so God, where do I even begin? Jesus. Alright, back in the early days of Dino Diego, back when I still referred to myself as the Dino Gamer 16. Amazing name, I know. Very original, very unique. There's significance to the name, okay? Don't ask about that. But basically, back in that day, I was so influenced by some of those bigger YouTubers that were like basically save reveals for like larger milestones in their channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of had a mentality too when I started my channel. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna show my face. I'm gonna save a face reveal because for whatever reason I had this fallacy, right? That anybody was interested in me and my channel or what I looked like. So basically, I just told myself that I'd save it, right? And when it came time for like the official reveal of Jurassic World Evolution, right? They announced the trailer like in August of 2017. It was still around that time that I didn't want to show my face on my channel, but I wanted to do some sort of video on it. And this was kind of like back in a time where I wasn't really doing discussion videos. I didn't really know how to do it. So I just decided to do a reaction video. But I didn't really know how to go about it without showing my face. So I ended up having I had this childhood Triceratops, like this green childhood Triceratops puppet.
Wait, was it a hand puppet?
It's a hand, yeah. And for whatever reason, right? Because I was some retarded kid on YouTube, thought this was a good idea to, instead of showing my face on the reaction, I would just use the hand puppet as like the face cam instead of my face, and react that way. Basically, just making hand motions every time something cool would happen on screen, right? And again, this was just me being some idiot on the internet as a kid, thinking this was a good idea. So, if I had to give advice to anybody who's starting off on the internet, don't worry about face reveals. Don't do what I did. That was pretty awful. Deck got a kick out of it. He ended up finding that video like, God, I don't even know, like two years later. He brought it up recently, and basically I'm just haunted by it. It brought back memories from my early days on the channel, and I privated the video as soon as he mentioned it because I'm like, no, there's no way this could stay up on my channel because I forgot it even existed. I forgot it existed until Deck brought it up. I thought it was a nightmare, dude. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why is this a thing?
Leave it to Deck to find something like that.
Jesus. Okay, so the reason why Deck was even like snooping around at the early days of my channel was just because he was doing something for his. I don't want to say what it is. I don't know if it's like he's revealed what it is.
His retrospective like, for JWE.
Yeah, well, I wasn't gonna call it that just because I thought maybe he wanted to do like a special reveal or something. I'm not sure what Deck is planning on doing, but yeah, he was looking for basically footage for his retrospective that he's doing on his channel, and he was looking around on my old videos because I was basically there in the very beginning. Like we were all, I was like there covering the content in the very beginning of Jurassic World Evolution, and I think he just wanted my old footage to see what I had to say about the game before it came out. So that was just part of it. And the thing is, this was before I even had a PS4 or a proper laptop or anything. Like, this was the game that made me want to, get a console. Mm-hmm. So from that point on, I basically just worked to get this console, saved up money to get this console so I could get not just Jurassic World Evolution, but just all these other dinosaur games that I could play on my channel. Just play because I knew I was missing out. Because before then, I was just playing mobile games on my channel. I wasn't really doing anything else. But yeah, that's definitely something of my channel's history that I would consider an absolute nightmare and something that I would never ever want to do again. I'm never ever publicly like making that video public ever again. That video will forever stay private. Maybe one day I'll unlist it and show you guys part of it. And maybe, okay, you know what? I say that now, but maybe if I reach a specific milestone on my channel, I'll probably do a reaction video, like a proper one this time.
10K subs.
To my reaction.
10K subs. Triceratops puppy.
No, you okay. Maybe if I was at like 100 subscribers and I saw, because if I was at 100, 10K would look like 100,000, right? And it wouldn't look possible. But I'm 6,000 right now, okay? 10K.
Congratulations on that, by the
horizon.
way. That is a big milestone. Shoot.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm a little disappointed because because that's kind of what I appreciate that, by the way. I didn't want to make it seem like I was just glossing over it. I do appreciate that, but I'm a little because, like, don't get me wrong, I love this milestone, but I'm a little disappointed because I did have a plan for what I was going to do for my 5,000 subscriber special, and I ended up telling you guys the other day that I canceled it. And I'm really disappointed by that because I thought it was a good idea, and I thought it would be really cool.
Yeah, I actually cried. I cried like that whole day you told us that.
Dang. Dude, I'm disappointing everybody on YouTube, aren't I? Oh, God. So, yeah, basically, I was just gonna... I mean, you already know. I was just gonna do, like, this like, park building challenge. At first, it was gonna be all of us, all four of us, you, me, Deck, and Kirk. But it ended up I ended up changing it a little bit. It was gonna be you three, and I was gonna have, like, an incentive or a prize. But by the time I got around to even coming up with the plans for that, I was well past 5,000 subscribers, and now I'm at 6,000, and I feel like it's a little too late, you know. And like, I would still do it, but I had another idea for what I wanted to do for my next milestone, but it would take a lot of time, and to work on two big projects is just really overwhelming on top of everything else I have to do.
Right. You don't want to be burned out. I understand.
Yeah. So I figured, I gave myself the choice. I was like, okay, I could either work on this initial project that, you know, I mean, like, I don't even care if the project, like, what we were working on, like, if this challenge would do well or not, as long as, like, I had fun just doing it, I was okay with it, because, like, numbers aren't really my priority here on YouTube. I'm just here to have a good time. But I ended up finding out about another project. Well, not finding out, but I ended up thinking of a new project that I wanted to work on that I really wanted to invest a lot of my time in, and I knew that if I had the choice of this first project, or not the choice, but if I worked on this initial project on top of this one that I had just recently come up with, it would just be too much. So I gave myself the option: either work on the initial one, forget this new one, or put more time in this new one that I would probably you know, have more of a passion for. So I decided just to choose this new one and completely just butchered this initial plan that I had, like, for the longest time that I never did. But I mean, it's whatever. I think at the end of the day, just the idea of it was pretty fun, and you guys made some pretty decent parks. You and Deck, at least. Kirk just was like, hey, just use one of my other parks that I had already created on my channel. So thanks, Kirk, for not even trying. Oh, God. I'm just kidding, Kirk. If you're watching this stream, I'm just kidding. Anyways, but yeah. So back to that puppet thing. Yeah, Deck has this thing, right, that he has where he just will not let things go. You should know more than me. I think you've known him longer. So as soon as Deck finds something, he will hold it against you. Like, he's humorous with it. It's not like he's serious, but like he'll hold it against you, right? So like this is the thing that he's been holding against me. Like, oh, don't make me mention the Triceratops puppet, because he knows that, like, that's just a thing on my channel that I want to forget. And you know what? I think as long as I'm friends with Deck, I don't think I'll ever be
Yeah,
able
is it
to
causing you
forget
to
it.
lag?
So.
Okay, okay. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, but yeah, okay. Oh no.
What's happening?
No, the stream was causing everybody else to lag online. We had got this Wi-Fi booster thing. We're still trying to get it to work properly.
Oh, okay. Is it because you're streaming right now? Is that what's making it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like the last time I hit my shots wasn't registered. At least
Are you gonna have to cut it, or are you just gonna be
Yeah.
on for a little? Or are you just
It's
gonna be on
coming
for a
in and
bit?
out with these headphones, and I need to hit it. I cannot.
Yeah, so I'm just.
Them niggas
How long I've been doing this?
headphones, them footsteps, man.
Oh yeah, I've been doing this. I did this for about a little bit over an hour. That's a good number. That's a good amount. I'm gonna have to let that be it. Let me just release these guys. So the plan for these guys real quick.
Subscribe to Dino Diego.
Subscribe to Dino Diego. Y'all heard him?
Go to Deck's channel and tell him to stop haunting me with the Triceratops puppet. Stop harassing me. It's scaring me. It's haunting my dreams right now. Thanks.
Oh
Deck.
my god. I used to do stuff like that to February. I used to say, hey, when y'all get a chance, make sure y'all go to February trying to check them out and make sure y'all say boo February. Some people started doing that on this video. He's like, who are these people saying boo February? I'm like, wait, they did that for
That sounds awesome. Alright, so do that to February's channel too, alright?
Yes. Okay, so before I end the stream, just gonna say it real quick. The Tundra Centaurs are female, and the coastal ones that you'll see in the next one are the males. Until then, I'll be catching you all later, and don't go into the long grass. Don't be that guy.